Do women need men?
No, absolutely not.
What would society be like without men?
I think the great men stay, the trash men go. Where's the trash man? Take them out.
What percentage of men are good and what percentage are trash?
10% are good.
Yeah.
90 of them are trash.
Yeah.
Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like up the video them. Have you noticed that in these social media streets there is a general disdain, hatred of men? Yep, yes, women are constantly letting us lions know how they feel and how they hate us.
You hate men?
Yeah.
Majority of them. More often than not. Oh, what a loaded question.
I don't hate him, but sometimes I don't really like them that much.
I don't hate men. I hate how sometimes they may come off like they're entitled to something. I fucking hate men.
You know, say these women tend to make these generalized hatred statements after having a bad interaction or relationship with a man. They utilize that bad experience, whether it occur with one or multiple times or multiple different men, and lay the blame at the feet of all men.
There are women that say they hate men because they say that they're assholes, they don't know how to treat a woman like a lady, and they only want sex. Women should look in the mirror and realize that's their fault. That mindset, that's their fault. Why? Because in a previous relationship or relationships, they were either dumped, cheated on, or treated poorly. And now they're taking that attitude and that mindset into a future relationship with an innocent guy that doesn't realize what they've gone through.
No, common sense dictates that it is not wise to blame all men for what other men did to her. But when emotions are involved, common sense goes out the door.
And I feel like very subconsciously, every single woman that like hates men actually like wants to find someone, you know?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Every single girl that's like, I hate all men, deep down inside, she like really wants
A relationship is just like you haven't been able to find them,
so you just
and that makes you angry. And I say that from experience, and I know it is true because I felt it before. Where it's like, I don't want to know anything about men. But like I do.
Yeah.
But like I do.
But like secretly I want a boyfriend.
But right.
You know what, say? One of the major consequences of this hatred of men is the mistreatment of us. We are only seen as a means to an end. We are sorted after for our money, what we can give to a woman, and once that money stops flowing, men are told to go walk the plank and are replaced just like how they change their shoes, or should I say how they change their hair.
I think one of the greatest crimes, there are many, but one of the greatest crimes perpetuated against black men specifically is the level to which their humanity and their hearts have been devalued, diminished, and dehumanized, and that they have become doing machines. The greatest value a black man has in many instances is what he can do for somebody, right, and how he can do it and how much he can do it and how much he earns doing it. I mean, I hear it and see it among young people in the relationships, you know, oh, you're gonna get my nails done and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. Right. You know, they've been demeaned and devalued and dehearted, right, to the point where they value themselves based on what they can do.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just that men value themselves that way, but we are taught from birth in this society that the main value a man has is to provide for a woman. So a woman will seek out a provider, and the moment someone comes along who she determines is a better provider, she is gone like a baby kite. Them call that monkey branching. Many of us lions men are out there in these streets holding down 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs just to make sure our family is provided for, without any gratitude from the female who's supposed to be here for us. But we are out here making sure other people's well-being are taken care of. That's one reason why a man's lifespan tends to be less than a woman. He has too much in his brain.
To the point where they value themselves based on what they can do. Fix it, get it, make it happen. And no place have I seen in our world does anybody tell black men how to be. How to be with themselves, how to be true to themselves, how to be with their feelings, how to be with their heart.
My lions, you need to figure out who you are. Are you a fella who wants to be a scholar, a musician, an artiste, say an engineer, a librarian, or you just want to go build a farm and live a nice, simple life? You need to figure it out, and it may take you a lifetime. It may take some of us a lifetime to figure it out, but we must try to figure what we are here to be.
You know, and it's criminal. So what happens is then they begin to do the things that are expected of them, and that's how they're evaluated. And then if they can't do that anymore, whether it's the job or pay the mortgage or whatever, then they're just cast off like socks in the corner.
Right.
And it happens to black women also, but usually because of the children in our care, we're given a little more leeway. But the way it's done for black men, and as I shared with you, one of the things my teacher taught me was one of the greatest kryptonites for a man in general, black men specifically, is the feeling, the belief, the treatment that he is somehow inadequate. And when you devalue a man, he's gonna feel inadequate. When you dehumanize him, when you deheart him, so then where does he go with that?
Right.
He's inadequate, and he doesn't serve a purpose because he can't do what you need him to do to make you feel better about yourself.
What's the purpose? What's the point?
What's the point? And that's why we have these incredible rises in suicide. I personally think it's why we have this, and I don't know the figures, I don't know what they are now, but the increase between, I think it was 2017 and 2021, a 30-something% increase in the number of black men with prostate cancer.
My lions, my fellas, on this channel, I'm for your well-being. Anyone or anything that threatens that will be called out loudly for the world to know. Us men cannot control what a woman does or what a man does. What we can control is what us as individuals do. The mindset we have to be a provider is not wrong, but we cannot be providers for women who don't value us as providers and who don't show by her actions. You see me? By her actions, who doesn't show that she values you. Don't sit in a relationship where you are always giving and she always take. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Like we say over here, know your value, know your worth, and your woman must show to you and the world that she puts a premium on all the value you have brought into her life. Not with words, my lions, not with words, but with actions. And remember, know thyself. You should not be in a relationship until you are fully vested in who you are meant to be. Now, before I go, I'll leave a message for the ladies out there.
Let me tell you something. I have dated and been involved with members of the male species that some might call dogs. I don't call them that anymore. In fact, I'm very grateful for them in my life because I looked at what I did to attract them and then self-corrected. Dogs don't come to your porch unless you put food out for them. So you need to understand what kind of food are you putting out and what kind of dogs you are attracting. Because you can spend the rest of your life blaming them, refusing to trust, refusing to date because of what happened to you before. But here's what I want you to know, sister women, it's true for me. I put the dog food on the porch.
Subscribe to the channel, my lions. Hold tight. Me gone again.